The following video was intended for my friend Bob. If you are not him, please leave.
Hey, Bobby! Oh, wait, I probably shouldn't use your real name online. Hey, Booby! Wait a minute. Hey, Blueby! I heard you recently downloaded Logic Pro because you got some sick beats you wanted to make, but just got completely overwhelmed trying to just navigate through Logic. It's all good. Happens to the best of us. So I decided to make this quick little video to just get you making music as quickly as possible. None of that technical schmectical stuff, just how do I record audio and get sounds to come from my computer. Let's get into it. Howdy! So first things first, you need to decide, are you going to record
audio into a microphone?
Shoot, frick. Or record,
MIDI instruments.
Then you'll hit create and you'll be jump scared by all the bells and whistles Logic has to offer.
Why things gotta be so complicated?
Well, it doesn't. Here are the important things to know. All your instruments will appear right
Here,
No, the order does not matter. And the audio you record will show up
over there.
The numbers above are the measure numbers, with the number 1 being
The beginning of your song.
and the longer your song becomes, the
Bigger the number gets.
Hey, let's go back to those instruments. To control the volume, just move this slider left, making things
Quieter.
and right, making things
Louder.
and then clicking the S will solo your instrument so that you only hear that one instrument play, and clicking M mutes the instrument so that you won't hear that instrument play at all. Aww. Yes, you can also solo and mute multiple instruments at the same time. This white line over here is where the song will play from. You can drag it around and
Hit the spacebar to play.
wow, that metronome's annoying. Let's turn it off by going to the top right and clicking the purple button on the right. After half an hour, when you realize that recording without a metronome is actually really hard, you can click it again to turn it back on. By the way, since we're here, we can change the tempo by looking left on the screen, wise guy, and click and drag up or down. Up,
Increasing the tempo.
And down.
Lowering the tempo.
You can also change the time signature by clicking on the 4/4 button to the right, and then just scrolling down to the time you want. Introducing the sax spray. Spray it on any food to make it taste like someone else's saxophone.
Alright, Jimmy, for $1 million, tell me, what chord is this?
27. Oh, hey. Yeah, I was getting pretty bored too, so you know what? To spice things up some and maybe even talk a little more your language, Blueby, why don't we continue on, but explain it all like it's dating a woman? Nowadays, whenever you see a video about modern dating culture, it always talks about how toxic people are and how we're all cooked. But I think that's used a little too much to just fearmonger people. As once you develop just a little bit of courage, it can actually become an enriching experience. I mean, I wouldn't know, but at least so I'm told. Because at the end of the day, when you finally find someone in that sea of truly uncaring and apathetic people, whatever. Someone who cares about you and truly accepts you for being you. It can really just bring happiness to this uncertain and chaotic landscape that we call being an adult. But that's not what you're after. You're driving down life with one hand on the wheel and the other on your alcoholic burger on a one-way trip to Pound Town. And that's a lot like recording music. It all depends on your hotness level. So first, being really hot is like being able to record good audio. It doesn't really matter what you say, because as long as your voice is hot, people will just drool over you anyway. So how do we do this? Well, assuming your mic's plugged in and working, you'll want to make an audio track and hit this button to tell the
computer where to record to. If you see green in this bar, then you know everything's working alright.
Now, sometimes you'll get the message, no input source selected, and to fix this, just go here on the left, click on Input, and click Input 1. That should be where your mic just automatically connects to, but if you have multiple things plugged into your computer, then you might have to click through the others until you see this green bar here responding to you when you speak into the mic. So with all this, you should
be able to record audio. Just click this red dot, sing your song, click it again, and then you're done. Done.
Well, not quite, cause
now let's say you're in your flow state, but then halfway through you make a mistake.
Really? Shoot for it.
Well, you don't have to delete that take, just go back and record over it, and then when you're done, Logic will make a folder to store all of your takes. Just click on the one you want to listen to. Always remember the one you are hearing is lit up in blue, but wait, that's not all. You can also mix and match them. Just go to a great take and click and drag on the part you want to add in, and Logic will splice them. So if you do something like this, then the first half will play from take 1 and the second from 2. You can do this with as many takes as you want and not be able to tell they're from different takes. Just remember the part you will hear is always highlighted in blue.
Lastly, you might be wondering, how loud do I record things? Well, you want to look at this bar here at the bottom left, where the louder I get, the closer to 0 I get, because everything is negative for some reason, and you want to average somewhere
around -18. No matter what, make sure that you never go above 0. Bad things will happen and you'll sound like a raging 13-year-old. Society will collapse and you'll learn that I've been doing it with your mom.
So just remember this all, and you'll always be on a one-way trip to Pound Town. But, and I want to say this in the nicest way possible, perhaps we should consider other options. I mean, I know you think you can just pull up in a vintage Sherpa and start quoting psychology books, but I'm just saying maybe we should have a plan B, just in case. And having a plan B is a lot like recording with MIDI instruments. So what if I wasn't born looking like Timothée Chalamet, being able to play 10 different instruments straight out of the womb? I don't look that bad. I just gotta put in a little effort into dressing myself and work out a few days a week. Or maybe I should just go buy more lotion. To record with the MIDI instrument, first click this plus button at the top left and create a
MIDI track.
Then plug in your instrument and it should just automatically connect to Logic without you needing to turn on any other software outside of Logic, and you should just be able to just play and hear sound. Pro tip, by the way, if you don't, then try turning on your MIDI instrument before you plug it into the computer. Yeah. Or you can just smash it, I guess, with the golf club. Gasp! That sometimes works too. But once you get it working, it should allow you to play
sound.
To change that sound, go to the top left and click on what can only be described as a little music note sitting on his couch watching TV. Now you can see all the sounds you want to use for free, and to pick one, just click on it to change to that instrument. It's a lot like if you walked into a thrift store and you see rack after rack of clothes stretching as far as the eye can see. So you go, yes, I'm so excited to try out all these new outfits to impress my date tonight and get to Pound Town. So you start looking and flipping through all the clothes, and after about 20 minutes, you realize, wow, a lot of these clothes are like super mid. Like, here's someone's McDonald's uniform from like 6 years ago and a pair of jeans with some random person's high school bejeweled onto them. Like, wow. I mean, surely there must be something good here. There's just so many clothes, but there's also so many clothes. This is going to take forever to find the good ones. And that's a lot like trying to find a good MIDI instrument. Hundreds of options to choose from, and yet most of them kinda suck.
Aww.
Yeah, I don't really have any tips or tricks to help you out here, man. You just kinda have to scroll through them one by one until you just find something you like. Yeah. So, actually, you know what? Here. To anyone else who still happens to be watching, hey, buddy, what you still doing here? I thought I told you to leave, huh? Leave. Leave already. You're now breathing manually. You're now blinking manually. There's ants in your bed. There's ants in your bed. Ooh, they're crawling on you. Oh, I just felt one right now. Ooh, don't let them get in your ears. Don't let them get in your ears. Leave! Why don't you leave a comment for Libby, letting him know of any good MIDI instruments that you found. And once you've found something you've liked, you can just hit record, do your thing. Now you're done, 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 done. And the sound is playing from the wrong instrument. Just click on the instrument that you want to play from. Nice. Welcome to Pound Town. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Now you should have the knowledge to consistently get to Pound Town, satisfying all of your desires and just letting you live a more fulfilling life. I'm sorry. We both know that's not gonna happen. No. You're just gonna go down the typical route of at first having lots of fun being a frequent flyer to Pound Town, but once your rice purity score falls down to about a 30, you're gonna look around and realize no one cares about you. They just see you as another option amongst millions, a cockroach in the swarm to be used and quickly discarded. So, after you grow sick and tired of chasing the wrong girls just to have maybe a few fun nights here and there, but then get seriously messed up afterwards, you're gonna start to question, what's the point? I put in all this hard work and effort for what? 2 seconds of bliss? So ultimately, you'll start to wonder, if only there was a way you could still make good music, maybe even using some modern technological advancements to just find like-minded people like you. Wow, how interesting. Now why don't you put on those pants?
Hey, was that nice for you too?